You will not achieve anything in your life if you don't understand this. Hello, my name is Robert George and I'm going to teach you something very, very important in your life. And I don't know if I can write correctly, but if you don't understand this, you're not going to go anywhere in your whole life because of lacking this. And it is system. And why does a system is so important? Because everything in our world works around systems. Everything. Even in your body, in your biological body, there is a freak ton of systems which is in place for you to stay alive. And you need a ton of systems. You need a ton of systems. Why do you need them? To make money, to have a better life, to just be a better person. And how do I mean? Well, you need systems thinking. There's a book around this. You need to read that because it's very, very important. How does a system look like? Firstly, we have to talk about that. There's an input, there's a process, and there's an output. There's a feedback loop. Here, this is how a system looks like. Also, there's an environment here. Now, there's an input coming in. There is a process which will process that input, and there's an output for that. There's feedback into the input, what needs to be changed. Now, what you can mess up here is this, the input. Let's just have some simple output. Success. What do we need as an input for the output of success? Well, it must be work. We need to work in order to get the success. Now, what needs to be a process? It can be a ton. If you want to be an athlete, success, there's a different process to that. If you want to be a business owner, there's a different business, or there's a different process to that. Well, I'm going to write here business. This is a process. There is work as an input. This is a system, sorry. There's a work as an input, there is a business as a process, and there is output as success. Or we can do something else. We can here at the same time we can work input the work input as an output. We can here write work. Work is an output. What is the output of work? Like, who does the input then? Like, what is the input? Well, firstly, the process is going to be our body. You and I must have a body in order to work. That is the process. And what is the input for that is going to be like basic habits. Eating, sleeping, drinking, sleeping, drinking, eating, sleeping, eating, drinking. Good, not bad. Because in order to work, you need to do the work. Who does the work? Your body. And what does your body runs on? Well, it's basic inputs. Eating, drinking, sleeping. These are the basic inputs your body requires in order to do the work. But if you don't understand this, you're not going anywhere, because everything in your life can be systemized, and it must be. If you want to achieve something in your life, you must have a business, if you want to achieve something in your life, meaning is a business, you must have a good system in your business. A ton of good systems for everything. For selling, for funnels, for conversion, everything, or that's almost the same. But you need to understand that you need for every kind of step, you need a system. A system like this. And if you don't know this, I will say that you will not go anywhere far. Not in the same way, if you want to be an athlete, the athlete's success requires you, I don't know, let's say basketball. You need to play basketball, but your input is going to be your work putting into the success of being a good and great basketball player. Now, if that work is the success, then the work is also an input of your basic habits like eating, drinking and sleeping. Then if you fuck up this, you can't have a good success. You will not be successful. So anything you want to do has this system in place. So have this out, understand that everything can be systemized. And there's a ton of good ways to think, because this is systems thinking, but there's a ton of good mental frameworks which you can use in order to start making money, like system thinking, critical thinking, non-binary thinking, inversion, or Socratic reasoning, first principles, second order consequences. There's a ton of ways you can think and reason from, or Hegel's dialectic. There's a ton of ways, but this is the most important, because this rules your life. Because in your life, in your body, you have a ton of biological systems. Your, well, how is it called in English? Sorry. Your eating, what is that? Cognitive system, that is your mind. Then picking, bro, what is that in English? I don't know in English systems, because English is my third language. I know it in Hungarian because that is my first language, but I don't know in English. So yeah, this was systems, and I will see you more on my channel. You can watch a ton of videos similarly to this, where I try to teach you something in order for a better understanding for yourself. This was me, Robert. I will see you next time.